and welcome back to the Relaxing Woodshop. My name is David.
My name is Christopher.
And this is week 2 of our poker table. Now, last week Christopher wasn't here, he was in Dublin.
Hold up. See, whenever I was away in Dublin, Dad,
Yes.
why did you have to bring up those jokes?
Was it a good joke?
It was a really silly joke about the year, like it was a bit embarrassing.
Oh, dad jokes, right. Well then,
Dad
how
jokes,
about
exactly.
this one? For the first time in history, Dublin Zoo had a Bigfoot at it. What do you think of that? Was that a good one? Yeah, okay. So, here we go. So, at this part, what we're going to do is the top part of the poker table. I've kind of debriefed Christopher. And then we're going to do the outer frame. And then, as a lot of people were saying, what on earth are you going to do with the brush shaft? We'll show you that as well. So, let's get it stuck right into it. Right, so we're over onto the table saw. I think this is the first time I've used the table saw in our videos. So what we're doing now is we're going to rip down this to the 2 foot. We've just brought the blade ever so slightly above the line. Now normally this would tear off wee bits of the blue bit, but we're not worried about that because we're going to be covering the worktop. So let's get cutting. We've done the cutting, got the board, this one, we're now 2 foot by 2 foot. Now what we need to do is find the perfect centre of it. And then after the perfect centre, we then need to find out each halfway around the board, and I'll explain as to why we need to know that as well. So let's get the centre done first. I'm actually using a clamp. It's a very long straight clamp, and that'll give me a good surface here in terms of not having to get extra gaps. So, and then we'll turn it here and do the same thing again. Get our centre by marking there, bringing it in, and while we hold that, we'll bring this one out. So that's perfect. That's now perfect. Almost, there we go. That marks us perfectly in the centre. So now I'm going to get the tape measure and then we'll do the sides at half as well. Half point. The reason that we're doing this, stay there, don't go anywhere, I'll come back. Here's one I made earlier. Is when we put the centre, we're going to put a drill hole and screw the top here. But what we also need to do is then put 4 screws around here just so it's not spinning and it gives us stability. So we need to know then the centre of these, which will be the centre of this, as long as we get this right. Yeah, it sounds complicated, but it's not, really not. But what we also have to be aware of, this gets too thin down here, so we need to put drill bit probably about 4 to 5 inches in, so we'll still have good depth so the screw doesn't fall through to the other side. So, back again. Let's do this. This is exactly 1 foot because it's 2 feet. That one down here. Tape measures can be the most awkward thing, can't they? And then we'll do another one just here, and then we'll do another one just here, and finally we'll do another one just here. And then what we just do, take our big long clamp again and marry the lines up. So this bit's easy. It's all easy when you know how to do it. So that's that one. I think I might have to buy myself a long road. What do you think, Christopher?
Yeah, definitely.
Perfect. So that allows us now to have the centre, and then we'll also have our offsets, and then we'll do our wee measurements of about 3 inches and just put wee marks on each of the 4 square lines there. So let's put it against the table.
Yeah.
Here we go. Now, trusty square, we'll bring her to the centre. And I'm happy with 5 inches, and that'll give me plenty of room for the screw to go through. So nice and simple, all the way all 4. Mark 5. Mark 5. Mark 5. Oh, guess what? We're going to mark 5. Now that that's done, it's just a matter of drilling 5 holes, the 4 that go round and the 1 in the middle. Now I've put a couple of wee supports underneath this to give me a gap so I don't drill it into my very good table saw. That shall allow all the screws to go through with ease.
Here we are at the miter station. We're going to cut out the plank of wood so that we can make the border around the poker table. We're looking for a 4-inch overhang around the perimeter of the table. So if we're doing 2 foot, we're going to need 4 inches on either side to then get the angles so that the border comes in together and joins up. So let's get cutting. So as you can see, we've got our planks cut out to size. We're now going to cut the 45-degree angles on the corners, just like a picture frame, the way it joins together. So let's get cutting.
Christopher's got these all cut down. Now you probably noticed one thing and we didn't really take it into consideration at the time was, yes, our miter saw will cut this way, but once you put the angle on it, it then gets too far away from the edge of the board. So what I'm going to do now is just going to measure up the wee tri-square and then we'll get a hand saw and just cut off that last wee bit just to square off the boards. Well guys, that is it for part 2 of the video. Next week we're going to get stuck into the other bits, but thanks for watching this week.
Remember guys, hit those likes and subscribes on our channel. It's great for us, so it is. Also, if you're wondering why my dad seems taller today, it's because he's bought himself a nice pair of boots that give him a couple of inches on his height.
Come on, I mean, just to give myself a wee, but that's not fair now, so it's not, everybody didn't know that. Right guys, take care and we look forward to seeing you next week when it's all going to come together.
Yep.